What's up guys, Jim Yosef here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a daily dose of transfer gossip. And today it's going to be Friday the 30th of June. We have got a lot to get through today, so just before we get into it, as always, you can show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, what is your favourite game apart from FIFA? My answer to that question is very easy right now. It has to be PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on PC. But let's jump into confirmed transfers, and the very first player is going to Zinedine Zidane's son, Enzo Fernandez. He's not actually taking his dad's name if I'm correct, but he's gone to Alves in Spain from Real Madrid on a free transfer, and he is 22 years old. And his card on FIFA Ultimate Team has always been very average, like 64 pace, 76 dribbling, 55 shots, 63 passing. That's really bad. And this move for Enzo Fernandez in particular, I'm pretty sure it'll do him a world of good, because right now at Madrid is very limited game time. And who knows, if he does well at Alves, potentially in the future, he could return to Real Madrid. Next up, we go on to Enzo Perez today. Back on FIFA 14, I think it was, or FIFA 15, he was awesome in game. He's still got some okay stats for a 78 rated player, also being a non-rare, but he's got to River Plate in Argentina from Valencia for £4.25 million, and he's 31 years old. Then we go on to Pablo Insua, going to FC Schalke from Deportivo La Coruña in Spain, although last season he was out on loan to Leganes, and the fee for this one is at £2.98 million. And then we go on to another one in Spain, and that is going to be Camarasa. He's joined Real Betis from Levante for a fee of £5.95 million, and he's 23. Then we go on to Yunus Belhanda, going to Galatasaray in Turkey from Dynamo Kiev in the Ukrainian league. They're not currently on FIFA Ultimate Team, but the reason he's on the game this year is because I'm pretty sure he's playing for OGC Nice in France. And that one is an undisclosed fee. Next up, we've gone to Jermaine Defoe, returning to Bournemouth now from Sunderland on a free transfer. It was fully announced yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it's known for like 3 or 4 weeks because he tweeted himself, also said in an interview, he's going to Bournemouth. And then we got to one in the Bundesliga, and that is going to be Andre Hunt. So he's left Borussia Mönchengladbach to go to Hamburg for a fee of around €6 million. But now we've got one that's not on FIFA Ultimate Team, and that is a player called Ferland Mendy. He's joined Lyon from Le Havre for a fee of around €8 million, though some sites are saying £4.25 million. And that conversion doesn't actually add up correctly. The fun one today is that go to Simon Grayson officially becoming the new Sunderland manager. It's a 3-year deal for him, and I'm pretty sure they got him from Preston North End. And now we've got another confirmed one, but technically it's not to a new club just yet, and that is going to be Dani Alves. So officially now, Juventus and Dani Alves have agreed to end his contract by mutual consent. I think he had like 1 year left in his current deal, and like you now, by the end of next week probably, he'll be a Manchester City player on a free transfer. And despite him being 34 years old, he's still one of the best right backs in world football. Of course, last year got into the official team of the year, and he may be on like 200 plus grand a week, but in this market again, the amount of money footballers earn anyway, for a player to have a transfer fee, that is not bad. Next up, according to Damasio, Inter Milan have accepted an offer of €5 million from Trabzonspor for Gary Medel. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's away on international duty at the Confederations Cup with Chile, who have made it to the final. And they will be playing Germany, and that game has so much potential about it. Next up, we go on to Martin de Roon. According to Tuto Mercato today, Jose Mourinho is targeting a shock move for Middlesbrough midfielder Martin de Roon in the coming weeks. Now, I didn't really see too much about this guy last season when he played for Middlesbrough, although I think that's the same guy that scored against Man City at the Etihad. Is his first goal for a club or something, unless I start confusing with someone else. But De Roon to Man United doesn't really make too much sense right now. I'd probably say no. And now, according to Corriere dello Sport, Juventus are closing in on Manchester United transfer target Federico Bernardeschi. Jose Mourinho saw the Fiorentina forward as an alternative to Ivan Perisic, but the Serie A champions are now favourites to land the Italian winger. And now an update regarding one from yesterday's video, and that is going to be Michael Keane. So now Sky Sports are saying that Everton are close to agreeing a £25 million deal to sign Burnley centre-back Michael Keane. Manchester United have got a 25% sell-on clause, so that means they get around £6 million from the deal. And they sold him a few years ago to Burnley for around £2 million. Next up, we go on to David Ospina into FC Nantes today. According to France Football, the new Nantes manager Claudio Ranieri is looking to add Arsenal goalkeeper David Ospina to his squad. At the start of the window, he was in to move to Turkey for like £3 million or whatnot, and he is a backup goalkeeper to Petr Cech. So maybe if Arsenal, they bring another goalkeeper, I think Wojciech Szczesny is actually leaving as well. So they will probably go into the market for a backup next season, and Ospina could leave. Next up, we go on into Robin van Persie, a former Arsenal player. According to Daily Mirror today, former Arsenal and Manchester United forward Robin van Persie could return to the Premier League next season with Crystal Palace. It's looking very likely now that he'll be leaving Fenerbahce for a fee I imagine be very, very low and potentially a good link up with the new manager at Palace, Frank de Boer. And he was linked to a Premier League return a few weeks ago, maybe even last summer in fact, but now it looks like it could well happen. Next up, we go on to Riyad Mahrez. According to the Telegraph today, Arsenal now considering a move for Leicester City's Riyad Mahrez after a £30 million bid for Thomas Lemar was rejected. I've seen some Arsenal fans get annoyed being linked to Riyad Mahrez, but I said a couple days ago, if he links up to players like Mesut Ozil or Alexis Sanchez, I think he'll thrive again. So right now he is considered a one-season wonder, but in my opinion at least, you don't go from winning the Premier League Player of the Year to being absolutely awful. Yes, individually for Riyad Mahrez last season, it wasn't very successful. It wasn't a good one for him in comparison to the year before, but he's still a very tricky customer. He showed glimpses every now and then. He has asked to leave Leicester this summer, but another thing to look at, season before last when Leicester actually won the league, they had two very direct game plans. Number one was a simple massive ball over top from Dani Drinkwater, straight into space so Jamie Vardy could get out the end of it, or number two, give the ball to Riyad Mahrez and work his magic. But last season in the Premier League, a lot of teams worked it out, so they weren't very successful, and they didn't really have a plan B. Next up, we go on to Vincent Janssen, only being at Spurs for one season, but according to TalkSport today, Borussia Mönchengladbach are putting together a formal offer of £12 million for the Tottenham forward. If I remember correctly, the fee last year was very close to £20 million, maybe 18 mil or something, so it would be a loss on him, but in reality, he didn't really do much. But maybe a move away from Tottenham could do him a world of good and get his confidence back. Next up, we go on to Ivan Perisic. I mentioned him earlier, but Inter Milan had to raise €30 million by today to meet financial fair play requirements, and Sky in Italy have said it's been done without needing to sell Perisic. And what that practically means right now is that if United do still want to sign him, Inter will not be forced to sell him for a cheap fee. At first they were holding out for £48 to £52 million, a very high fee for him, and according to reports United were offering around £30 million or so a massive gap there between valuations. This deal could still go through, but United will have to pay a lot more than she wanted to. Next up, we go on to Ryan Bertrand. According to a fair few sources in England today, Ryan Bertrand could join Manchester City in a swap deal for Kelechi Iheanacho heading to Southampton. And the rumours were saying that Pep Guardiola wants Dani Alves, Kyle Walker, Ryan Bertrand and Mendy. I'm not sure how much money the Iheanacho deal would take off of that, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we go on to Kingsley Coman of Bayern, and today, according to RMC, Man City could make a move for Bayern Munich winger Kingsley Coman this summer. And at the beginning of this month, Bayern did sign him officially from Juventus after a 2-year loan deal, and he was in the news the other day for the completely wrong reasons. Apparently, he's arrested on suspicion of domestic violence. I'm not sure if there's been anything else said about that, so I'll leave it there. And now a very short one according to Don Ballon, AC Milan are planning a big money bid for Real Madrid midfielder Isco. That would be one hell of a sign if they managed to pull it off, but personally, I can't really see it happening. Next up, we go on to Naby Keita, linked to Liverpool again, but from a very reliable source. So Paul Joyce has said that Liverpool are ready to make a club record bid for Naby Keita. Klopp is back next week, and only when a firm offer has been submitted can Liverpool gauge if Leipzig's stance is genuine. And what they're referring to that stance is that Leipzig the other day apparently said €80 million or he's not going. And back onto Paul Joyce's article, he says Liverpool know they must capitalise on trying to sign Keita now on the prospect of being back in the Champions League. And Liverpool would not be put off by suggestions that Keita is being valued at £70 million. He's obviously one of Klopp's top targets this summer, and if it goes through, I hope it does, we'll have to wait and see again. Next up, we go on to Ander Herrera, linked to Barca today, according to Sport.es. Barcelona are looking at both Ander Herrera and Riyad Mahrez as their transfer options if their move for Marco Verratti does not work out. But according to Independent, United will not sell Ander Herrera to Barca this summer, despite reports in Spain saying he's an alternative to Verratti. And that is definitely not the first time this summer the rumour has come up. Next up, we go on to Kylian Mbappe. According to the Parisien, Monaco have assured Mbappe they will not sell any more players after Bakayoko to Chelsea this summer. And if that report is correct, that means no exits for Benjamin Mendy, Lemar, Fabinho or anyone else. And the players they've sold so far are going to be Jermaine, Dira, Bernardo Silva and potentially Bakayoko. And now the agent of Chelsea goalkeeper Courtois has admitted the Chelsea goalkeeper regularly meets with the directors of Real Madrid. Speaking to Sport magazine, Christophe Hemmerté claims the European champions are evaluating the Belgian international who is yet to commit his future to the Blues. And the final quote does say, "My role is to keep him informed of the situation." But I'm pretty sure his agent is saying that right now is to get Courtois a better contract at Chelsea. And our player linked to Chelsea today is it going to be Bayern's Jerome Boateng. According to Damasio, Chelsea have inquired about the availability of Bayern defender Jerome Boateng. They're interested in signing him, they're also interested in Van Dijk and Bonucci. And you can also add Manolas to that list from Roma. Next up we go on to Neymar, linked to Manchester United today. According to Manchester Evening News, Jose Mourinho has reportedly urged Ed Woodward to bring Neymar to Manchester United. That's literally all it says for now, and to be honest, I can't really see it happening. And next up, according to AS, Inter Milan have asked Atletico Madrid about the availability of defender Jimenez. The 22-year-old utility defender has been linked to a Pro League move before in the past. It does say he's attracting the interest from the Serie A club due to his versatility. The Uruguay international only started 12 league games last season under Diego Simeone and is keen to find regular football. And next up, according to Cadena SCR, the guys are interested in Watford forward Penny Aranda, again according to that source. The Venezuelan forward who spent last season on loan to Malaga is in a tricky situation after he was denied a work permit to play in England. He could return to play La Liga again next term though, as the guys are keen to secure his services. And to be fair, at the Under-20 World Cup, he looked pretty decent, but one thing about him, he also looked very greedy. Another fun one today, according to Real Madrid president Florentino Perez, he's confirmed his club have not held talks with Manchester United over the transfer of Morata. And the quote says that I've read that we've reached an agreement for I don't know how many million euros, but it's not true. But that is going to be the final one for today's episode, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, what is your favourite game apart from FIFA? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.